Well, we know for nearly 2 days the Coast Guard worked to free those workers stranded inside of this cargo ship. That moment, my gosh.
Tiny hole they had cut there. This is the bottom of the ship that we're seeing here, the overturned portion of it, and you get a scope of how massive it is. These tugs were huge. And every step of the way, by the way, the Coast Guard, the social media feed, incredible, updating posts and scenes, pictures from that rescue. Brooks Baptiste joining us now this morning with that social media recap. Hello, Brooks.
Hey, good morning to you. You're absolutely correct. Incredible. You're talking nearly 40 hours racing against time, and you could literally watch this thing unfold. From the moment the cargo ship capsized up until the final crew member was rescued, you could see it all right there on the Twitter feed. Now, here's a look at a lot of those different tweets from the U.S. Coast Guard, but let's take a closer look. This first photo was tweeted Sunday morning when the news broke, showing that cargo ship. Now, if we skip over here to this next one, you're going to see a video of the Coast Guard on scene beginning those rescue efforts. Now, salvage crews, they were accessing the Golden Ray, but 4 members were still unaccounted for. Many hours passed by. Then the Coast Guard tweets this, saying those 4 crew members are confirmed alive, which was great news and something we were all hoping to hear for. But they had to drill holes to deliver supplies to rescue them. Later, they rescued 3 of the remaining crew members on board, but then it took more time before that 4th one was rescued. Now, this might be one of the greatest videos ever. The U.S. Coast Guard Captain John Reed, who was personally on scene. Well, he had a lot to say once that 4th crew member was rescued.
That is amazing. The best day of my career because you guys did that. Outstanding. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Woo.
So it's a little hard to hear with all of the wind, but if you couldn't hear, that was Captain Reed saying that this was the best day in his career because this happened. Can you imagine, first of all, being any of the crew members being trapped on the inside of this thing, but then also, can we just give a big thanks to the Coast Guard for those efforts? Wow.
Without a doubt. We were up there in St. Simons yesterday, and it was these harrowing moments when you knew there were still 4 people inside. So the Coast Guard had landed their helicopter, and they kept putting personnel on the ship. But I'm talking on the side of the ship, so that was impressive as it was. But there are hundreds of people gathered at the pier there, and you could feel the tension. And you could cut it with a knife because you're wondering, you don't know if these 4 are going to make it out. And every moment you see somebody else coming up on the hull, you're like, is that them? And then this happens. It's incredible work. The story could have been much different.
It was so interesting to watch it play out on social media. I remember when initially they said they're hearing the taps, so they could still be in there, still alive. And I posted that on social media, and everyone's just like, we're going to pray for them that they'll be okay. And then lo and behold,
here we are.
It worked.
A good report, not a bad one. It could have been another way.
All right, folks.